Welcome to the Tapestry Effect. Well, been interested in researching my own hometown Maidenhead for some time. Obviously, I know quite a bit about it and showcased quite a lot about Taplow and Taplow Court the other week. And quite a while ago now, I started a bit of investigation into Maidenhead itself and somehow ended up here. As you can see, Maidenhead, New Jersey. Oh my god. Very interesting. So let's have a look into it. Well, Lawrenceville was founded as Maidenhead in 1697 as part of Burlington County in the colony of West Jersey. In 1714, the village became a part of Hunterdon County. In 1798, the New Jersey legislature legally incorporated the township of Maidenhead. The village was originally named for Maidenhead, a historic English town on the Thames River, about 30 miles west of London. The colonial Supreme Court at Burlington officially confirmed the name on February the 20th, 1697. Maidenhead derives from the Anglo-Saxon word Maidenhead, meaning new wharf, though it acquired a secondary meaning as a term for virginity. Reverend Isaac Brown, the first full-time pastor of the Presbyterian Church of Lawrenceville and the founder of the Academy of Maidenhead, led a movement to petition the legislature to change the town's name. The petition said it must be the wish of every good citizen to be relieved of the necessity of using a term which may offend the delicacy of modesty, of disturb the feelings of seriousness, or excite the sneers of the willing. Right, what, because it had been named after a meaning of virginity. How about covering up the fact that you're just raping and pillaging it and taking it for yourself? The legislature officially changed the name from Maidenhead to Lawrence, again, on January the 24th, 1816. 119 years later, they've changed the name from Maidenhead to Lawrence. At a meeting in John Moore's Tavern. Right. The township took its name from Captain James Lawrence, a naval hero of the War of 1812. The village was renamed Lawrenceville at the same time. In 1838, Mercer County was formed from parts of 3 counties. Right, well, Mercer, we were in Mercia. This area would have been called Mercia in the UK during Anglo-Saxon intervention. This bit here's funny. Cornwallis stayed overnight in Maidenhead on December the 8th, 1776, en route to Trenton. Cornwallis recorded the moment in his diary, a portion of which was found years later in John Moore's Tavern, which is now a residential home at 2695 Main Street. His opinion of the village was that one night in Maidenhead was more than enough. If you look on the map I've just shown you, it actually says it there. Look, Lord Cornwallis marched to Trenton. God, it's just marching through it on, taking it over. It's not a very nice place. Well, why take it over then? Don't like it, leave it. Scumbag. Right. Let's have a lot. And that's another funny one. Cornwallis. Well, we've got an area in Maidenhead called Cornwallis. I would like to know if there's a connection. There's also a Cornwallis school way back. It's not been there for ages now, though. Anyway, where am I? I'm trying to find some more juice. In fact, I think I need to go on another page. Right, so from here, we've got Maidenhead, Hunterdon County. Let's have a look at Hunterdon County then, shall we? So, Hunterdon County is a county located in the western section of the US state of New Jersey. Okay. Geographically, much of the county lies in the Delaware Valley. As a geographical concept, that is the drainage basin of the Delaware River. Local businesses and the Delaware Valley Regional High School carry the name. However, Delaware Valley is also used to refer to the Philadelphia, Reading, Camden combined statistical area, and Hunterdon County does not belong to the Philadelphia CSA, but rather to the New York, Northern New Jersey, Long Island metropolitan statistical area, blah blah blah. Well, funnily enough, in that Delaware Valley is also used to refer to the Philadelphia, Reading, Camden combined statistical area. Where we are, we've got Reading as well, just down the road, and Camden is actually in London, not far away. Anyway, Hunterdon County was established on March the 11th, separating from Burlington County, at which time it included all of present-day Morris, Sussex and Warren counties. So already by 1714, Burlington County has 3 counties within it, or 3 regions within it: Morris, Sussex and Warren. Well, very, very English names. We're going to have to look at that. The rolling hills and rich soils, which produce bountiful agricultural crops, drew Native American tribes and then Europeans to the area. So, Paleo-Indians moved into Hunterdon County between 12,000 BC and 11,000 BC. The area was warming due to climate change. The campsites are difficult to find as they are many feet below the present surface. Really? Are they mud flooded? Were they deliberately destroyed, deliberately hidden from the eyes of humanity? Native Americans moved into the area, but the time is unknown. Yeah. And then also here, European settlement. Land purchases from Native Americans occurred from 1688 to 1758. It took 70 years, did it? Large land purchases from Native Americans occurred in 1703, 1709 and 1710. Over 150,000 acres were bought with metal knives and pots, clothing, blankets, barrels of rum, hard cider, guns, powder and shot. This allowed for European settlers to enter into Hunterdon County in the 18th century. After 1760, nearly all Native Americans left New Jersey and relocated to eastern Canada or the Mississippi River area. Really, land purchasers, I'm not being rude, but what are they going to do with rum or hard cider? I don't really think that Native Americans were really drinkers. Well, especially not before these scumbags arrived and told them where to go and what to do. And again here, the first European settlers were Colonel John Reading, who settled in Reading Township in 1704. Again, another link to a name in Berkshire. And we're going to have a look into this scumbag, Colonel John Reading, later. Anyway, we haven't got to the root of Hunterdon yet, and here we are. County origin. Hunterdon County was separated from Burlington County on March 11th, 1714. At that time, Hunterdon County was large, going from Assunpink Creek near Trenton to the New York state line, which at the same time was about 10 miles north of Port Jervis, New York. Hunterdon County was named for Robert Hunter, a colonial governor of New Jersey. Language changes over time and location. So by stemming the definition of the name of his family seat of Hunterston in Ayrshire, Scotland, the name Hunterdon was derived. Well, there's always also an area called Huntercombe, very close by. I'm not sure if they're linked, but there's certainly a link with the name, as you see here. They're saying, oh, the language changes. Not really. He's Robert Hunter. He comes from Hunterston, and then they name this place Hunterdon, right? Okay. In fact, let's have a look at Hunterston for just a second. Hunterston, by the Firth of Clyde, is a coastal area in Ayrshire, Scotland. It's a seat of an estate of the Hunter family. As an area of flat land adjacent to deep natural water, it has been the site of considerable actual and proposed industrial development in the 20th century. And so there you go. Ayrshire, Scotland. It is the seat and estate of the Hunter family. Is it really? Shall we have a little look at the Hunter family? Clan Hunter is a Scottish clan Let's have a look at the origins of the clan. It is likely that the hunters went to Scotland with David the First of Scotland upon his invitation. Upon his invitation, yeah. Who gave him the invitation? A usurper, and were given lands named Hunter's Toon. In 1296, Aylmer, the hunter of the county of Ayr, appears on the Ragman rolls, submitting to Edward the First of England. Oh, I see. That's just their game altogether, isn't it? Is that why you're called Hunter? Hunt down new lands, kill them off, pretend you're really from there, and do it over and over again successively. Right. Well, that gives you a little bit of a glee. Is that why you got dogs all over your thing? They're going to rip the shreds out of you. I like their tartan. 1983? It's the year of my birth. The 29 Laird of Hunterston, eh? Oh, Raleigh. The historic seat of the chiefs of Clan Hunter. Hunter Weston. Raleigh. 1874 Royal Charter. They're not Scottish. They're bloody usurpers again. Knew it. Anyway, that was just to basically show you how these names come about. Very intriguing. Anyway, let's have a look at some more. So we've got Hunterston, Hunterdon County, which came from the Clan Hunter of apparently of Scotland, which really came from Edward I of England, and Robert Hunter, a British military officer, the colonial governor of New York, New Jersey, and of course Jamaica. Really? Now, I do believe that somewhere else here we go. On March the 15th, Morris County, which at the time included what would later become Sussex County and Warren County, was separated from Hunterdon. The boundary between Hunterdon and Somerset counties is evidence of the old Keith line, which separated the provinces of West Jersey and East Jersey. Right, Morris County. Morris County. Let's have a little look at Morris County. Again, located in the US state of New Jersey, Morris County. Right, let's have a look. Etymology. Morris County was named after Colonel Lewis Morris, governor of New Jersey in 1738, 1739. The year the county was named. Sorry. Oh, look. And again. Morris County. What are they doing? Look what they're doing. Another... Well, obviously it's the same location, really, but now it's saying about the Indians again. So they're here to change history, obviously. Let's have a look at some of this. Yeah. Muddy hell. Floody hell, governor. It's a floody mudder. Ooh, we've got to have a look at their coat of arms soon. I'll have to have a look into that. That's a bit small, that picture, but we'll find another version. Oh, blimey, governor. It's got a little castle turret on fire at the top of the picture. Is that telling you what they're doing? I think so, yes. I think so. Interesting. Just a little look round Morris County. Nice. Oh, another muddy flooder. Oh. Wilson's Interiors. Always just interesting to have a look through. See what's going down in Morris County. In fact, we didn't really have a look at Lawrenceville, did we? Let's have a little look at the architecture of Lawrenceville. Oh, is that it? That was a waste of time, wasn't it? Oh well. Right, so Morris County was named after Lewis Morris. Was it really? Then let's have a look at Mr. Lewis Morris. Lewis Morris was born on April the 8th, 1726, at his family's estate, Morrisonia, presently part of the Bronx County, in what was then the province of New York. He was the third Lewis Morris in the Morris family. Funny, he was the son of Lewis Morris, who was also the son of Lewis Morris. Right, really. Is that just to get us confused? And he was, oh look who his daddy was. Oh, excellent. Is that why he's such a landowner? Because he's a colonial American judge, politician, and vast landowner who was the second Lord of the Manor of Morrisonia. These people have got no imagination, have they? You call it Morrisonia. It's pathetic, and actually it gives you a massive clue, doesn't it, as to who's writing these names, who's changing history. And look here, his great-grandfather, Richard Morris, immigrated to New York through Barbados after being part of Oliver Cromwell's army in the English Civil War of 1648. He purchased the first tract of land in the Bronx that became the basis for the Morrisonia Manor. My golly, golly, gosh. So lucky, these people, aren't they? They get to travel and just sort of, oh, I think I'll live here. I don't really like Maidenhead, no, we'll move on. We'll own it. We don't like it, but we'll own it. Raleigh, oh, aren't you such a sweetheart, Lewis Morris? Lewis Morris. And his signature. Old Morrisonia. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I live really nicely here in this new land. There's another one we looked at earlier. Colonel John Redding. Unbelievable. Colonel John Redding was the first white landowner in Hunterdon. Really? Yeah. His son, Governor John Redding, was the first native-born governor of New Jersey. So he was born in England, emigrated to Gloucester, a province of New Jersey. Right. Can't they just come up with one new name? Literally, they just thief everything, don't they? Unbelievable. Purchased land from the Native Americans. God blimey, they're so happy with their money, they've left to another place. I don't think it really happened like that, did it? Colonel John Redding. And another naval hero, Captain James Lawrence, an American naval officer. He commanded U.S. Chesapeake in a single-ship action against HMS Shannon, commanded by Philip Broke. Probably best known today for his last words or dying command, "Don't give up the ship!" Fortunately he did, obviously, because he died. Good. Deservedly so. I hope that doesn't sound too evil. I don't care. They're all evil scum. And then here we've got an English and sort of Dutch list of... Right, the territory, which would later become the state of New Jersey, was settled by Dutch and Swedish colonists in the early 17th century. In 1664, at the onset of the Second Anglo-Dutch War, English forces under Richard Nichols ousted the Dutch from control of New Netherland, present-day New York, and the territory was divided into several newly defined English colonies. Raleigh.
Absolutely. This is where it gets really interesting for you.
West Jersey was largely a Quaker colony due to the influence of Pennsylvania founder William Penn. Oh, really? Interesting. William Penn. Let's have a look at William Penn. William Penn. William Penn was an English writer and religious thinker belonging to the Religious Society of Friends, otherwise known as the Quakers, and founder of the province of Pennsylvania, a North American colony of England. An early advocate of democracy and religious freedom. I see, that's why you can go in there, tell them what to do, and take their land. Of course. Under his direction, the city of Philadelphia was planned and developed. Oh yeah, there would have been absolutely nothing there before him, obviously.
So, William Penn.
The reason we have Pennsylvania. Incredible. Let's go back to that. Let me have a quick look. Oh, look, he was born in London.
Oh, really? He was born in London, died in Ruscombe, but for his entire life,
Actually, I quite like this place. We'll call it Pennsylvania.
Jesus.
Oh, yes, what a lovely breakfast. Right. Oh, look. Penn on the seal of the defunct Strawbridge and Clothier department store. Quaker Oats. Identified at one time as William Penn. Really? Oh. The Quakers. The Quaker Oat. Excellent. So, we've got this English Civil War. You've got all these Quakers. The Quakers. Let's have a look where to find the tab. The Religious Society of Friends began as a proto-evangelical Christian movement in England in the mid-17th century in Lancashire. Members were informally known as Quakers, as they were said to tremble in the way of the Lord. More like anyone else would tremble because they're coming for your land. They got your quaking in your boots, they have. The movement in its early days faced strong opposition and persecution, I wonder why, but it continued to expand across the British Isles and then in the Americas and Africa. Brilliant. They sound like really good people, don't they? The Quakers, though few in numbers, have been influential in the history of reform. Okay, now I'm starting to see what reform means. The colony of Pennsylvania was founded by William Penn in 1682 as a safe place for Quakers to live and practice their faith of overtaking land. Quakers have been a significant part of the movements for the abolition of slavery, to promote equal rights for women and peace. They have also promoted education and the humane treatment of prisoners and the mentally ill, though the founding and reforming of various institutions. Quaker entrepreneurs played a central role in forging the Industrial Revolution, especially in England and Pennsylvania. During the 19th century, Friends in the United States suffered a number of successions, which resulted in the formation of different branches of the Religious Society of Friends. Really? Can't blame me. In 1650, George Fox was imprisoned for the first time. He doesn't look like a very trustworthy person. Over and over, he was thrown in prison during the 1650s through to the 1670s. Other Quakers followed him to prison as well. The charge was causing a disturbance. At other times, it was blasphemy. 2 acts of Parliament made it particularly difficult for Friends. Yeah, pretending. The first was the Quaker Act of 1662, which made it illegal to refuse to take the oath of allegiance to the Crown. Those refusing to swear on oath of allegiance to the Crown were not allowed to hold any secret meetings. And as Friends believed it was wrong to take any superstitious oath, their freedom of religious expression was certainly compromised by this law. The second was the Conventicle Act of 1664, which reaffirmed that the holding of any secret meeting by those who did not pledge allegiance to the Crown was a crime. Oh, they bollocks you all day long, don't they? They really do. A colonist who the king owed money to. Was that because he did him some favours by colonising countries? I think it might be. Again, Pennsylvania. Unbelievable. The Religious Society of Friends that helped, but then actually they were under persecution, and wow. It's really quite obvious that it's a cover for something a little bit nastier, isn't it? I mean, really, then suddenly what they're involved in, all these civil war, the War of 1812, don't be surprised if they're not involved with all of these things. I've dug out a few pictures from the Quakers and other peoples that seem to be involved with these, English Americans. So here we got the seal of the state of Pennsylvania, and another one. Wow, just interesting old building. Reclaimed. Continental Hotel. There's some pictures of buildings in the area, as well as pictures of these folk and their lovely badges of heraldry. Oh, Raleigh. Virtue, liberty, and independence. Yeah, for your tribe. Death, destruction, and disease to everybody else. Worshipping in London. Conservative Friends at the front of the meeting house. English Quaker John Cadbury founded Cadbury in Birmingham, England in 1824, selling tea, coffee, and drinking chocolate. Very intriguing. Not only did they create Quaker oats and take over lots of land, but they've also got John Cadbury. It's funny how they've created lots of commerce and industry, isn't it? Just so happened upon it, did you? Yeah. First draft of the frame of government of Pennsylvania. Oh, written by the founder of it. Oh, really? How interesting. Now, look at this. Friends Syrian Mission, 1874. Built this mission house in Ramallah. Right, okay. What are they doing in Syria? That's a very big clue, isn't it? So here we are in 1874. The Quakers are in Syria. I don't think they're there for a good reason, do you? And look at this lovely, slightly at the back and side mud-flooded building that they've apparently made. Yeah, of course they made that. Yeah, while they're there trying to fucking roll over. What, they were there in 1874 and then just built that, did they? Looks like it had taken a few years to build that. George Fox, an early Quaker. Jesus, I think he's been lying, don't you? His nose is a bit long. Don't trust him. The table. Well, this is brilliant. Look at this. Oh, and another little funny little name link. 1688. At this table in Germantown, Philadelphia. Brilliant. Quakers and Mennonites signed a common declaration denouncing slavery. What, on the smallest table possible? Denouncing slavery. What, so that they're not a slave? What a load of crap. John MacArthur. Oh, now we're going to get on to him in a wee while. He's apparently a Scottish architect involved with the Philadelphia City Hall. We'll have a look at that. Prominent 19th century British friend and a strong proponent of evangelical views. Monobrow. Oh, look at this. Statue of William Penn. Well, as we have previously realised, there have been giants in this world. He obviously wanted to capitalise on that and wanted to be a god of the future himself, William Penn. So here he is, times 10 of the size of a normal human. Yeah, there he is again with his Quaker oats. God blimey, governor, this is the best breakfast you could possibly have. Nutritious and wholesome. It's very good for when you're enslaving people and killing them off and taking land. And there's his lovely little seal. And there's his seal of confidence, which I don't have any confidence in that that's any real. Well, the Indian chief just said, yeah, sure we are, mate, yeah. Bag of Quaker oats and a couple of curly whirlies. You can have our land, mate. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. We'll just move to Canada. Brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely. Oh, here he is with his treaty with the Indians. They were just sitting around calmly watching him overtake everything and then decided to allow him to create a treaty that makes them fuck off to Canada for the rest of their lives. Yes. Absolutely. Well, none of them look very trustworthy, do they? Interesting, eh? Cadbury as well. Very intriguing. So, as I said earlier, let's have another quick look at this other guy, John MacArthur. John MacArthur was a prominent American architect, apparently. But he was born in Bladnoch, Scotland, and came to the United States with his family when he was 10. So he's not really an American architect, is he? Love it. Anyway, he's involved with the architecture, as he was with quite a few of these other buildings. Let's have a little look at Philadelphia City Hall and see what we found, because when he made it, he wanted something on the top. And what is it? It's right on the top of Philadelphia City Hall. Well, we can't really see him from there, but guess who it is? It's William Penn, statue of the founder of Pennsylvania. What an incredible bit of architecture. Anticky-techy, Tartarian-y, wonderful. Look at that inside. Unbelievable. I might just be able to see him a little better from this one. Yes, this is a much better shot. And in fact, from here we can just see just how amazing this building really is. Absolutely unbelievable. And they had it written in when they created this building, and after William Penn's death, I would imagine, I'm not quite sure, but John MacArthur wanted this to be the highest point in Philadelphia. So, and as you can see, that building that's new has nearly made it, but it's not going to overtake where he's at. So, look how Tartarian that looks. That's the building apparently from 1900. Looks even more antiquey tech there, doesn't it? I don't think that's actually the place, but that's somewhere nearby. And again, it's just interesting to have a little closer look at these. As I've noticed a lot of like mud flood pictures in the past and stuff. Actually, this one, well, it's possible that they've built the pavement up and there's another level lower, but I'm not too sure about that. Anyway, just thought I'd have a quicker, closer look at that. Don't think so. There we go. Shame I haven't got him head on, but there is William Penn at the top of the hall, Philadelphia City Hall. There it is in black and white from the old days, looking rather smashing. And this one cracks me up. Here it is in 1881 being constructed. Where's the proof of construction then? Well, they've got a board up round it. They've got one bit of scaffolding up at the top on the left hand side, and you've got something holding up a few things from the other side. But that's not under construction at all. It's just got some scaffolding up, hasn't it, really? Let's be honest. Interesting. So, as a little look into who these peoples are, where the names come from, it's incredible how they derive so much from Britain and England. And can't remember what it was exactly. I did find this interesting link somewhere to this guy, John Lovelace, the 4th Baron Lovelace. He was the son of William Lovelace of Hurst, Berkshire, not far from Maidenhead and in the same county. This is what it is, sorry. John Lovelace, 4th Baron Lovelace, was the governor of both New York and New Jersey. So again, we do have a link to Berkshire. We've had Maidenhead, we've had Cornwallis, we've had Mercer, we've had Reading, we've now got Lovelace of Hurst, who was also a colonial governor. Raleigh. Very interesting. English Civil War. Yeah. And I've got a feeling that when it was supposed to have been handed back in 1776, the year of the independence of America, it's a Freemasonic handshake. They're not giving it back to America, just handing it down to their Freemasonic cousins that have been there for hundreds of years and that have now overtaken it. Let's be honest. You know, these people they're not being nice to the Indians, are they? Let's be honest, they're taking their land and creating what they want. Anyway, so that was our little trip from Maidenhead, Berkshire, all the way to New Jersey. We'll continue this research at another time, and we'll have a proper look into the War of 1812 and possibly the independence of America, or supposed independence of America, in my opinion. Cool. I hope you enjoyed the show.